Today's project is do a little patch job on this roof here. So this roof's going to get replaced and within the next couple months probably, but I'm going to try to at least patch this spot to hold it over. So I'm going to rip out some of these broken off shingles here. There's some ripped ones here, up in there. Pull out some of these nails, and then we'll try to patch these shingles. We're using some shingles that are they're new, but they're 20 years old. They're what the original homeowner had when they first put this roof down. So we might add a little extra sealant to make them stick a little bit better. Like I said, this is just a small patch job until this roof gets replaced, so see what we can do. Try to peel these other shingles up without ripping them and save as many as possible. It can be tricky because over the years they stick together and get pretty fragile. Once you start prying on them, they like to rip. You end up replacing more than what you really want to. Trying to gently pry, remove the adhesive. Without doing any further damage. Got to get this one out of the way so that you can pry the nails out of this one. This one's obviously ripped, so this one needs to come out, but patch job's kind of tricky. It's easier when you just get to work your way up when it's new shingles, but here's the nail. This roof's steep, but luckily we're on a spot where my feet are kind of on a flat area, so this is just at the right spot where I can reach it without it being too tricky. A lot of these nails are still good. You can reuse these nails as you put the new shingles back on. Nothing wrong with them for a patch like this. We're just going to be hand nailing it. No air nailers for just a few shingles. See if we got all of them out. Yep, there we go. As you can see, there should be shingle there. The wind just ripped those right off. It's funny, the higher you go up, the more problems you find. This always ends up being like two shingles, but then you find a little area like this that has a little rip, and you keep going. Yeah, a little bigger of a patch than you expected. Pull some of these old nails out. We'll nail it all back down, but it's nice to have a little bit of play at the moment. What I don't have up here, it would be nice, is a little block of wood. You put a little block of wood under this and you could pry just a little bit, and it would help get these nails out a little bit easier. But I forgot to bring a block of wood up here, so we're making do. Nails are coming out pretty easy. So this nail right here, technically, it's holding down this shingle. So this nail really could stay because we're not removing that shingle. But just the way these overlap, we want to remove this one. This nail is nailed through both of these. So, got to pull it out so we can get that to come out. I'll have to remember to put something back in there to hold that down, but you can see that one's just got a small rip right there. Corner's ripped off. I like to pull these nails out, throw some sealant on these holes for what it's worth. Technically, if you shingle it right, no water should be going underneath the shingles. Just to be safe. Okay there. I forgot to mention I'm definitely not a, if you haven't guessed already, I'm definitely no licensed roofer. So if I'm doing something wrong here, I'm sure somebody will let me know. But the good thing this roof is being replaced, because these shingles sure seem to pull up a lot easier than they probably should. I think I mentioned I was going to use some sealant on some of these nail heads and holes. DAP, waterproof, asphalt sealant. Find it at your local big box stores. Everybody seems to have it, but works pretty well. Gets pretty sticky, works as a good glue. So I cover up some of these nail holes, some of these holes in this tar paper, and then I'll probably also run a bead of it along the bottom of these shingles before I put the new shingles on, just to give it a little bit of extra stickiness. Like I said, the new shingles we're putting on are 20 years old, so they could probably use a little help sticking. It's going to be pretty warm today. It's about 9 a.m. So I'm trying to get this done before this roof gets too hot and makes a bigger mess with all this sealant. So try to get it wrapped up. Try to leave it a little thick, so if water was to run down this, it wouldn't seep through these holes. But not sure if it helps or not, but it's my theory. Good to take some extra precautions, I suppose. Alright, so we're going to throw in a couple new ones here. I'm going to run that line of sealant. This stuff seems to work like a glue when it dries, so get a little bit extra just to hold those shingles down. putting down a new roof, you wouldn't worry about this. You just go along and nail on the shingles. Try to get the bottoms lined up here. A little trickier when you're using sealant like this. Right into this line right here, that's the nail line. Go just above that top line. Don't go all the way to the edge. Try to stay in a little bit. You get to the edge, it makes it easy for these shingles to rip, especially with these being 20 years old. So I'm gonna come in 1.5 inches or so. You don't need to hit it home, just get it flush. You don't want to hammer it all the way through. Once you get that side right, come over to the end. Level that up. Try to get to that sealant. Come in from the edge. Couple in. 4 nails across this is good, so you got 1 on each edge, and you kind of center the other 2. When we put that next shingle on up here, that shingle will be nailed through here, so you end up getting double nails. Ooh, starting to get warm already. Glad I got up here early. That's an adhesive too for the next row, but I'm not confident that it's going to be working really well with how old these are, so we're going to hit it heavy with sealant. This next one was just a little long, so I cut about 1 inch off, so it's not hanging off the peak. Could have waited till the end and just went right down and cut it, but thought it'd be easier just to cut the inch off and stick it up there and not have to mess with it later. So we'll get this one on, and maybe we'll just time lapse until we get to something interesting, maybe up there at the top when you get to the spot where you can't reach your nails. I can show you that, but all right, here's the finished product. I apologize, I lost the camera a few times throughout the process. Apparently cameras don't like a hot roof, but got a majority of it, so appreciate you guys watching this video, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.